Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. So today I'm going to do a video today. I took a few notes on this because I did this video maybe a couple days ago or a day ago where I was talking about, I was answering a question about confidence. You can probably check out the video here if it's up, hopefully. And and I talk about, cockiness, right? Someone asked this question of, how can I appear confident without being cocky? And if you're curious about the terms, definitely check that out. I'm going to talk about something a little bit different here, which I realized was sort of the base issue that most of you are asking when you're asking this question. You're not really asking that. What you're really asking is, how can I be confident, or how can I build true confidence? So I want to talk about a few things. I took a couple of notes here while I was thinking about this, and I want to tell you about how to build confidence. Now, in one short video, I'm not going to be able to tell you all the ways to build confidence, but I'm going to give you what I think are the basics of building confidence, self-confidence, and some of the really important things you need to know about confidence. Because this is something that, we could probably do a whole course on this because there's so much to this, but I think it's something that everyone needs to know, and it's something that I've had a lot of practical experience with because I wasn't a very confident person, and I've made mistakes in trying to develop confidence, right? So my earlier version of me, very shy, very not confident, not self-confident, right? And then as I tried to sort of fake, I talk about this idea of faking it till you make it. I did this video a while back on faking it till you make it, one of the first ones. I talk about this a lot, and I tried to fake it till you make it with confidence. Now, fake it till you make it works great for everything except for confidence. And when you try it with confidence, it actually it sometimes comes off as arrogance. Sometimes it just comes off as plain stupidity and awkwardness. And sometimes it actually is the opposite and makes you look less confident. And so there's a lot of traps there. And I made those mistakes until I figured out what true confidence is, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So, what is true confidence? So I wrote this down because I was brainstorming and thinking about this as some of my thoughts were flowing here. And confidence is to have the courage to take action. Or let's back up. So what is confidence? Confidence says this. Confidence is essentially your knowing the outcome of a thing, right? So if you're confident, what that means is that you know what's going to happen. Okay? And so the only way, and with that said, this means that confidence is the one thing in the world you can't fake. I suppose the second thing in the world that you can't fake is sincerity or being genuine, right? But confidence is the other thing. You can't fake confidence. Why can't you fake confidence? Because the very act of faking confidence shows that you don't know the outcome, and you automatically have confidence when you know the outcome of something good or bad, right? In fact, if you look up the definition of confidence, the dictionary definition, not the character definition, right? What does it mean to be confident? Think about it. To be confident means that you know what will happen. I'm confident in my decision. I'm confident that this event is going to occur at some time in the future. So that's what the basic idea of confidence is. So how can you gain that, right? How can you gain confidence? So the main way is to have courage. Courage breeds confidence. Let me explain to you why. Because if you have courage, right? If you do something, you will eventually gain experience and start to know what the outcome will be. So if you want to gain confidence, you first have to gain courage. You have to take courage, which is to overcome a fear, or is to act in spite of fear. That's what true courage is. So if you want confidence, so let me talk to you guys for a second here, since I got my hat on, right? Some of you guys, right, have been asking this question because you've seen videos that I've done. I did this video where I talked to some girls on the beach, right? And I asked them, and they said, "Oh, well, you're really, really confident." That's what was cool about that. And I kind of tried to show that. But then some of you said, "Well, that's great, but I'm not confident, so it's not going to work for me." So here's what you do. Okay, if you're trying to even just overcome social anxiety, I did some videos on that. But let's say that you're a guy and you're trying to talk to a girl, or you want to be able to talk to girls, right? You don't have any confidence, and you can't fake the confidence because you haven't done it. So you don't know what the outcome will be, and so it's scary. Okay, so what you have to do is have some courage and just go do it. Now you're going to do it, you're going to approach without confidence, and that's true. It's going to happen, and you're probably going to have bad results because you're not going to have confidence. But there is one thing though, just the act of being courageous gives you some amount of confidence itself, right? So if you can overcome a fear, you obviously have enough confidence to go and do something. You know that the result, again, just by knowing this, if you do that, you know that the result is going to be that you're going to grow. So you have confidence in that. And confidence is kind of funny because it sort of translates. It's like it's something that you have and you have it in different areas, but to other people, confidence just looks like confidence. Do you see what I'm saying here? So you may not be confident in your ability to make a result happen, but if you're confident in your approach because you know that the end result is going to be good, even if that end result isn't necessarily what you want right now, but you know that you're going to grow through it, you'll be displaying confidence. But let's say that you just want to gain confidence in this area. Okay, I guarantee you, if you go and you approach 100 women, right, that you're going to become confident in your ability to approach because you're going to know that you can do it, right? You're going to know that you know the result. You don't know what the end result of the interaction is going to be, but you know the result is going to be that you're going to walk up and do it. And you know that you've done it before. You're confident in your ability to do it because you've overcome the fear before. Do you see what I'm saying? That's going to breed confidence. Okay, now here's the beautiful thing about confidence. You're going to start to become more successful. And the reason why you're going to become more successful is because you're going to be approaching confidently. Now at first, you're not going to be confident, right? You're just going to be running on pure courage, right? That's an admirable trait in its own, but you're going to fail a lot and you're going to look dumb. But that's fine because as you keep on doing it, you're going to be confident not in your ability to have a successful interaction. Don't get me wrong here, but in your ability to go and do it, to overcome your fear. Because if you've gone, it's scary for some of you guys to go and talk to a girl. It's scary for some of you girls to go and talk to someone or, social situations. But I'm telling you again, primarily talking to guys here, but it applies, like I said, across the board. But let's use this example because I know it's such a prevalent one. If you go and you talk to a girl, if you've overcome that fear 100 times, you're confident in your ability to overcome that fear because you're like, yeah, I know I get this pit in my stomach, but I'm going to go do it, right? And that's going to be confidence. So then this is where we get to the good part. That confidence is going to come across in your approach because when you first were to approach, you'd be like, oh yeah, you're going to be awkward. You're going to be shuffling your feet, maybe not looking in the eyes, approaching from the side, this kind of stuff, right? But if you've done it 100 times or 1,000 times, now you just go straight for it, right? You're walking up with confidence because you're confident in you're not confident in your ability to do anything after that. You may be a total idiot after that, that's totally fine, but only work on that one aspect. But here's what's going to happen. Again, talking about the beauty of this technique is that once you've done it 100 times or 1,000 times and you can walk up confidently, now your outcome, the chances of you having a favorable outcome from that interaction just increase a lot. Your success is high because you're coming with confidence. You see what I'm saying? It might not be confidence in the interaction, but it's at least confidence in stage one. Now, because you get confidence in stage one, you're going to get more success in stage two, more beyond the approach, the actual interaction itself. When you get a success there, you're going to start to become confident there, right? And so you're going to get even better outcomes. So courage breeds confidence, confidence breeds success, success breeds confidence, and you get in the loop. It takes courage to get there first. So if you want to know how to build confidence, the key thing is to not, and I'm not going to say build courage, because courage is not something you can build, right? So this is kind of interesting as well, right? Confidence is not something you can fake. You can't fake confidence, because if you know something and you know the outcome, you have confidence. You either have it or you don't. You either know the outcome with certainty and are sure of it and have confidence, or you don't. And if you try to fake that, then it's going to be apparent. You can't fake that, okay? Now, courage is not something that you can build. You can get better at exercising courage, right? But courage, it is by definition overcoming fear. And so where you can purge fear, right? But you can't become more courageous by practicing it. Every act of courage requires an amount of fear for you to overcome. You see what I'm saying here? So what I'm saying is that if you're waiting to become courageous, or you think you can work on being courageous little by little, no. It's always gonna be a decision that you make that you're afraid, but you decide to do it anyway because you want that result. So action in spite of fear, right? Fear has to be part of the equation of it, right? When I was first trying to overcome this, when I was trying to overcome my fears, I thought my fears would subside. I thought my courage would increase. Neither one will happen. You have to just step out and say, look, I've had enough of this. I am going to change my life. I am going to do something about it. I am tired of being afraid. I'm just going to step out. I'm afraid right now, but it's fine. I'm going to display courage. And if you do that, you will build confidence. I promise you. And this applies again. I use a guy example just because I think this is probably the one that is the most on guys' minds that like, because it's hard, right? I understand the struggle, right? But I've overcome it, and I'm showing you how to overcome it. And what I'm telling you is this: go out if you want to build confidence, and use courage instead. Courage is going to build the confidence, and confidence is only going to come through mastery, through knowing the outcomes, and the only way to do that is to do it a lot. It's going to require experience. But once you have that confidence, right, and the confidence will carry over, because here's another beauty of confidence. Again, I'm going to wrap this up here because I don't want to go too far off the deep end here. But if you have confidence in one area, it carries over to another area. Like I said, success breeds confidence, right? So what I mean by this is that you'll start to build this confidence in your ability to do anything because you'll have a technique, right? If you know that if you have something that you're not confident in, and that if you have courage, and that if you have repeated exposure, you'll eventually master it and then become confident. Now you're confident already, right? Just knowing that is enough to make you confident. It's not going to be, a true confidence in that ability, but it's going to be a different confidence. And remember, like I said, from the external, people don't know what you're confident in. They just know that you appear confident. Do you see what I'm saying? You may not be confident in the result of something, but if you're confident in one area, it's going to appear confidence to people, and that's going to get you through until you develop the actual mastery that leads to the real underlying confidence. So there you go. That's it. It's as simple as that, but it's difficult because you have to overcome the fear in order to build a confidence. If you want something about overcoming fear, I did do a talk called 5 Soft Skills Every Software Developer Should Know, but it's really about doing things that make you uncomfortable and overcoming fear. Check out that talk. There's some tips I give you on overcoming fear. I'm thinking about doing a course on overcoming fear at some point. We'll see about that. But I've overcome a lot of fears in my life, and I think this is really important. And like I said, once you start to build a confidence, it's going to be a domino effect, because once you know that you can do things, and once you know that you can achieve whatever you want in life, you're going to be confident from the get-go in a lot of places where you wouldn't before. Because again, what is confidence? It's knowing the outcome. How do you know the outcome? From repetition. In a specific instance, if you do something a lot, you will know the outcome, good or bad. That'll breed confidence. In general, in life, if you know that everything that you tackle and everything that you begin to do, or that you practice, you'll eventually become a master at, you have confidence that carries over. And that's the real kind of super confidence, self-confidence that you want to have in order to really, really be successful. If you have confusions about confidence, arrogance, cockiness, definitely check out that video that I did it compares those and talks about the difference between self-esteem, arrogance, cockiness, and all that, and how that relates to confidence. But if you want to build confidence, this is it for you. So let me know, leave a comment below on what you're going to do, the action you're going to take to build up your confidence, and when you're going to do it, right? Give me as much details as possible and commit to that. That is what's going to show me your courage. That's what I'm asking you. So anyway, if you like this video, I have a request for you. Click the subscribe button, right? I'm confident that if you click the subscribe button, you're going to get 2 to 3 videos a day from me that will help you in your life. So, have some confidence in me and click the subscribe button. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.